All right, hello, welcome. Today is day 4 of us talking and going through our funded journey, or day 4 of me sitting on the markets and wanting to take a trade. Today I'll start off by saying we didn't take any trades, made no money, lost no money. That's just like big time discipline today. We were just patient and waited for a lot of what we wanted to come to play, and nothing really came to play. We had somewhat of our draw on liquidity, right? But that was pretty much all I have to say. Just our model didn't show up, and that goes into the fact of whenever I was speaking about discipline. If your model doesn't show up, if what you are trading doesn't show up, if things like that don't come to fruition, then you should not be taking action upon that. Um, let's just get straight to the charts. Let me just show you guys what I saw today and what held me back from taking a trade. All right, let's get to it. This is the daily chart. This is on the NASDAQ. I always do most of my analysis on the NASDAQ. If we look here, so this was the candle printing. This is the new day candle, but this is the candle that was printing. We still hadn't broken above this high, so I was kind of neutral, but I was more towards the bullish side because of the fact that we did have there's this SMT here. We're having reactions, but it gave me the my reasoning of being more bullish and wanting higher draws and liquidity was from the 4 hour time frame and things of this such. Why? Because we are fully respecting this 4 hour order flow. Here we have inverse these gaps right here, and then you see this gap respected, this gap respected. Here we have this order block respected. We go up into this range, we come down, and let me put on the optimal trade entry for you guys. We go into optimal trade entry, get into this discounted 4 hour fair value gap, and then we're under equilibrium. Kind of for an optimal trade entry, then that means we are definitely under equilibrium. So that's giving us more of a reasoning. We came to a discount, we're starting to move up, and then what I saw this morning was simply this fair value gap right here was inversed, this one, and there was a bullish fair value gap right there. So that was more confirmation on the 4 hour for what we're going to base our day off of. I came down into the 1 hour, and before market open, I wanted to see this low swept. Why? Because that is also this 4 hour fair value gap right here. Let me just mark it because I'm just used to these colors. That's what I was seeing, and right here was 9, so I was wanting more 9 instead of coming to sweep these highs or maybe tapping these highs and then coming down and coming into here. Then we're going to aim at this high. This was my buy side liquidity that I had marked. Why? Because it's previous day high, so that's a really like big reasoning right there. And it is also the previous day AM session high, so pretty good on that. And then that's also the high of this whole leg that brought us into a discount also, so that's a reasonable draw on liquidity for us to target. Why did I not see this as a CISD and then we're gonna go and reverse off of this, and there's like a SMT that was somewhere, I'm pretty sure. Let me go check that out. Yeah, you see that SMT? Oh, never mind, it's not even there. Yeah, I think there was an SMT with something on the daily, like there's this high, like it's the SMT that we've been kind of seeing. These two, boom, boom, and then, oh, this and this. There you go. That's the SMT that we've been seeing. So if you just want me to mark it out real quick, that's pretty much like all I can see really for bearish price. But if you look at the 4 hour, there isn't like a big reasoning for me to say that I am bearish, because this is big supporting this buy side. We've taken all this stuff out. This isn't buy side. We still have room over here to go up. I'm gonna just take this off. Oh, I'm sorry. And then we also did have an SMT between these lows here, I'm pretty sure, on the 4 hour. Let's look at those real quick. Boom, you see those right there. So that's more confirmation on the 4 hour. Drive down to the hourly. This was just the 12 o'clock open low. This was London low right here, and then this was also going to be a relative equal to lows right here. This would have been relative equal lows right there between this and this, come down and sweep it, and then probably it would be reasonable for us to get down and come to the fair value gap and get under this low, because these are all just low resistance liquidity. Drop down to the 15-minute. I see market open. See, I don't really need to look at this. I just understand price is going to drop there now. I'm looking at this on market open, and here I can do this. Before 9:30, what are we looking at? We want to see price go into here. Doesn't happen. If I keep doing that, boom, 9:30 came, it had this big open and a 15-minute fair value gap created. Whenever I saw this happen, there was the SMT right here with this low. So SMT between here, this is the 8 and the 10-15. So 8 and, what is this? All right, that's gone. 8 and 10-15, I'm sorry. And then if we go up to the NASDAQ, 10-15 and 8, we see that obviously right here, SMT. I'm not going to mark it because it's going to look kind of wonky, but we see that right there. Next, what do I see here? Why do I want to target here? I don't want to sweep these lows anymore, because we've created this 15-minute fair value gap on a run, and then this 15-minute fair value gap, if we go to the hourly, this hourly closed above here. So I don't really want to come down and cover this whole hourly gap that just broke and inverse this gap. This is that big down gap. I don't want to come up and come down and kind of reverse on this. So what do I want to see? Is us simply just come into this fair value gap, which was also in a discount of right here. Whoops. And proceed our way up. And then price right here also swept this pre-market liquidity. So pretty reasonable. What do I see is 15-minute liquidity. I'm going to go down to 1 minute. I just want to get an entry now. So this is the stronger index. So I'm going to be trading on here if I do want to take a trade. CISDs, I want to close above the last series of down close candles. Series of down close candles is all these. So that'd be my CISD, which is, that's pretty unreasonable. That's not how it's usually going to look. So if I go up to the 5, that's kind of more reasonable on how it's going to look for us. But I don't want to go and see price come up here and wiggle wobble, and then go down. So as I will show you guys right now, that's pretty much what price did. Like, it consolidated before it came down. Like, this was, if we're looking at this and we see all this before price comes. So where did I want to enter? This was my entry. I didn't want to enter on this fair value gap. I wanted to enter on this inverse right here. That was where I wanted to enter, with the stop under right there. And boom. That's exactly where I wanted to enter, and I wanted to target up here. Why? What's the reasoning behind this entry? Well, we want to look at the leg that broke structure. That's the only reasonable entry below equilibrium. That's pretty much as simple as it gets. And that entry is also in the optimal trade entry levels. So pretty reasonable to say price would come down here. But what I wanted to see is more of like CISD, and then the next 2-3 candles we drop down, not consolidate a whole bunch, then come back down. Price did that, and right here we would have, like, if we left the limit, it would have looked like it's coming back up, but that's what happens after. So I did not take this because that is exactly what I felt would happen, and I knew would happen. That comes from market experience of when to know to take off those limits. Because let me just say this, if you do go and find a bunch of consolidation before price goes down and hits your entry level, just close the limit order. Don't even take the trade. Just wait for the next one, because it becomes unreasonable if you're waiting for all this. Like, this is just complete. It's, if you go and you're seeing this much consolidation on the 5 minute, then I'd rather just wait sweep that and then find another lower time frame entry, not to take this on a 5 minute and take that as my entry. So that's pretty much it for today. That's all I have to say, and I will see you guys on the next one.